YouTube Forced Arena Commanders, welcome to a brand new video with Cassian Andor and K2SO. In this video I will be using the new Bantha. This is a dewback and you can see it's already on the shop to purchase. So if you've got the credits, dig deep and make your purchase. I've bought a couple of Banthas and I didn't really want to use it in 1 vs 1 in my original game because it's just too low level. It's only level 2 I've upgraded it to. It still deals a fair amount of damage, but I wanted to show you guys what the Bantha is like in battle and to see how it does really pan out, because it's meant to be the Rebels' idea of the ATST, so it only locks onto the turrets in combat, nothing else but turrets, and then when it dies the Rebel trooper on top jumps off and starts firing, but as you expect it's very weak and it will die in one shot. But here we go against Admiral Thrawn, which I'm not too pleased about. This is my first time with Cassian as well. I just unlocked him through the missions and I can get stuck, and as you can see I just dropped dead. But I wanted to see how my Bantha does, but he's a level 10, his turret, so I really am going to be up against it in this particular fight, so I expect to either lose it or at least draw it if I possibly can. So it's going to be tough already. He's got a dewback at level 3, and with Imperial dewbacks what they do, they focus everything. It's more like a melee unit, so it just attacks everything around it rather than just its primary focus being turrets, which is the case for the Bantha. The Cassian was nerfed, as we all know, a couple of weeks back, but it's still pretty powerful, deals a lot of poke damage, as you can see here. Keeping the enemy leader pinned down and away from the action is probably the best port of call to use him, and at the same time trying to support your troopers. I took taking down his right hand turret, which did kind of surprise me, that push, but that's because I kept the leader under fire, so he was too busy preoccupied trying to keep alive. Now with Cassian, his abilities are pretty simple really. He's a marksman, so he's all ranged units, so that's rebel soldiers, pathfinders, those kind of things will all have an increase in 1 range while Cassian's on the battlefield. And his skill ability is he calls up to pathfinders, and that has a 40-second cooldown. Now pathfinders are a great counter against ATST walkers should you be in a tight spot, as are turrets. But as you can see here, I keep dying a lot because I'm not used to playing Cassian yet, and I wanted to try and capture some footage of the Bantha attacking a level 10 turret, but as you can see he didn't even scratch it and he died a quick death, which is what I kind of expected here now. So his Bantha is pretty strong, survives the X-Wing. Need to stop this push coming from the left side, but I will lose that tower on the left hand side as we go into 40 seconds of play, and it looks like it will be a GG to him as I end up getting beaten. Probably that tower's going to go down now. Yeah, I think I can't come back from this with 30 seconds to go. It would be a miracle if I managed to do anything here. So with Price on Admiral Thrawn's side, as long as she's around he'll generate extra health, so that extra energy, so that means his recharge rate is much faster than mine, so he can literally do a really good strong push while she's on the battlefield, giving him more energy. So drop down a Bantha quickly on the left side just as a desperate attempt, but you know, it's really GG, game over. Not much you can do there in that one. Let's move on to our next 1 vs 1. We're up against the Grand Inquisitor. I've just done a video of the Grand Inquisitor. Quite enjoyed playing him, to be honest. So let's see how we do in this particular battle now. So that's my first game, and let's see how we get on there. So I've got a good start in hand. I've got a Bantha, got K2SO, and a Wookiee Warrior. So I'm going to drop the Wookiee Warrior at the back because the Bantha is extremely slow. So what the idea is me now, because my Bantha isn't really strong, I'll put my Wookiee Warrior as a tank, and then I'll drop the Bantha behind it, and hopefully then that will focus it. But then he drops a probe droid to counter it, but the turret has locked onto my Wookiee Warrior. So my Bantha now attacks his level 9 turret, dealing a little bit of damage as I get stunned, but he has dropped an ATST on the left side, so I'll throw down a turret to counter it. And I want to try and get down some extra troops if I can, just to deal some damage and delay it. So I'm going to try and take him down if I can, the leader too. Drop down some pathfinders, focus on the leader, that's the one, take him out of the game. Look at the work the pathfinder's doing on that ATST, gone, and a Wookiee Warrior there just to finish him off. Sand Trooper there, did him a bit of damage, but he'll die to that turret. Pick up the health pack, and then continue hopefully pushing on the right side, because the left side hasn't really got much to go with. So I want to reset my energy levels. Got a Bantha, got the Royal Guards. Let's see what he does now. Put my Bantha at the back, build up a slow attack this time round. So I want to try and deploy my Royal Guards in front. Now the Royal Guards deal some serious damage on turrets and also on walkers. They really are very powerful. They haven't got much HP, but as you can see in this particular attack here now, look at the turret just drop, and that's just from the Royal Guards. Just as fast as I dropped as well. But the Bantha's pushed through, not much health left. Trooper jumps off. He's dropped an AT-ST walker on the left side. Again, I'll deploy my turret to counter it. Again, I'll drop down my Pathfinders as well to help attack it. I haven't got any more Pathfinders, so I have to just use what I've got here with a Wookiee Warrior. But as you can see, it hasn't even made it anywhere near my turret, and they do the job and wipe it out. He's a level 2 leader, so I am focusing on him, so he's going to be a bit more powerful, a bit more hit points, but again, he falls. So we've got a good push going on the left side. Wookiee Warrior's taking on the turret. Drop down some more troopers, just take care of this light tank here if I can, and beat the hell out of that. I don't know why I put the Royal Guards down there, there really was no need, but I did that anyway. Just to keep him busy on the right. On the left side, that turret has gone down. Big push now on the right side coming up. He dropped down some midi warriors, but they're not really going to do much damage to me. Just do a bit of running around, keep him busy. Bantha's going to focus on that turret. Leader does die, which is nice. Bantha's still attacking that turret now. As you can see here, it really is taking a lot of work to try and kill it, and because my Royal Guards are much higher level, they'll deal far more damage than the Bantha, and this just really highlights the fact that you must, if you're going to use certain cards, you must upgrade them and level them up, because otherwise you're just not going to deal with damage in the higher levels. If you're starting a game, it's fine to upgrade everything when you've got credits because it's relatively cheap, but when units start to cost 1,000 credits a go, you really only want to focus the units that you use in battle. Otherwise you're going to end up coming short and not be able to deal much damage, and your units won't have much HP, and then they'll end up getting wiped out relatively quickly. So let's jump into a final game. As you can see, the queue times here are really quick, so this is going to be an interesting game against the agent here. Let's see what he's got to offer. So queue times have been relatively good today. They've been really quick. I don't know how about you guys, but 2 versus 2 it has been a much longer wait to play matches. Again, that's probably down to time zones and other bits and pieces, but let's see how we get on in this game. So it's going to be a tough game against the agent here. So I've got a Bantha popping up. Want to get to 10 energy so I can drop down some cover as well with some rebel soldiers behind him. Lock onto the turret. As you can see, level 2, it's not really going to do much. He dropped down some stormtroopers going on the left side, which shouldn't be worried too much about. Oh, he disconnected actually, that's interesting. But he's level 2, so it's going to be hard. Again, a level 10 turret. So this is going to be a really difficult game to play against because it's much more hit points. And because I've got a Bantha, it can't deal much damage, so it's going to be really difficult for me to get in on this one. But my turret does go down, trying to pick off his leader. Do that. Heavy gunners deal some serious damage to my units. Dropping the Royal Guards. See if I make a quick push on this turret, just to take this turret down if I can. He's dropped down an AT-ST walker. I've got no counter for it right now, so I throw down a Wookiee Warrior. And then some troopers to help deal with it. Level 4 AT-ST walker. So this is what I'm talking about. My Bantha is only level 2. But I sought to make quick work of it, which is great. And he dealt half, or about a quarter damage to my turret. Let's keep the leader busy if I can. I've got no real units to deploy here, so drop down my Pathfinders. He will push on my left side, because I actually thought he was dead then. So I've got my Bantha and troopers pushing the right side. He does take down my turret with a bunch of stormtroopers and heavy troopers. He goes down, which I should have really kept him alive because he can respawn and then take out my Bantha. But as you can see, those heavy stormtroopers are just ruthless at level 7. See if I can keep them busy here. But my Bantha on the right side will fall. As you can see on his turret, it just scratched it basically, and it was there for a while. This highlights, as I said earlier, level 2 is not good at level 9 or on a level 10 turret. And he makes rapid work of my troops because he seems to be much stronger than I am. but he has got another ATST walker coming. 47 seconds to go. I dropped the turret down, but for some reason the ATST walker completely and utterly ignored it. Maybe I put it over a bit too far, I don't know, but that really was a game changer. But thankfully my troopers took care of his ATST. No point dropping troopers down there whilst the probe is there. Absorbed a bit of damage. Again, heavy gunners in there focusing me, which is fine because they're not focusing my turret, which is generally the idea. As we move into what looks like sudden death, drop down the Bantha, drop down some rebel Royal Guards there. He stuns them and just literally mops the floor with them actually. But he will die. Now I'm going to try and get on this turret if I can quickly. Turret's locked onto me, so I will die. Bantha's pushing the turret. Let's have a look how much damage it will do. It's done a little bit of damage there, which is good. Another attack. 3 hits on it, 4 hits on it, but again, nothing to write home about. He has got an ATST walker still here attacking me. Soon take care of that. And he's deployed another walker now. So let's try and take care of him here. He stuns me. He's got heavy gunners supporting him and they're lethal, as I said. I do die. He manages just to scrape through, but my turret should kill him. It does. Pushing the left side with his stormtroopers and some melee, but again, nothing to write home about. His ATST walker has focused my turret, which now falls. With just 20 seconds to go, his walker just drops. Thankfully, that was a lifesaver. Throw down a Bantha, but it really is just 10 seconds to go. It's going to be a draw. So again, not a bad result considering he's much higher level than I am in terms of his units, and also he's level 10. So he's got that extra hit points. And because I've got the Bantha, which is low level, I can't deal that much damage on his turrets. So I hope you liked the video. If you do, please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, there's the decks that we use, which is interesting to see. And I'll see you in the next video. Let me know below what you think of the Bantha or Dewback, which I will be recording in the next video. May the Force be with you.